Welcome to our U.S. briefing show. Today, we're diving into a whirlwind of political drama, international defense, and legal surprises. First up, top Republican Mike Johnson has pulled a fast one by pushing the House into an early recess, just as a vote on Jeffrey Epstein-related documents was about to happen. Democrats are crying foul, accusing the GOP of dodging transparency and stirring up a political storm that might not settle until Congress reconvenes in September. Next, the stakes are high in Ukraine as NATO allies scramble to deliver vital Patriot air defense systems amidst escalating Russian drone and missile attacks. The US has announced it will resume weapon supplies to Ukraine, but only if European allies cover the hefty costs. Countries like Germany and the UK are stepping up, but logistical hurdles and production delays threaten to slow down this crucial support, leaving Kyiv on edge. Finally, in the UK, a major legal victory as the Supreme Court has overturned the convictions of two former traders involved in the Libor rate rigging scandal. Due to errors in jury instructions, their cases are now considered unsafe, sparking a potential review of other convictions. Meanwhile, fans worldwide are mourning the legendary Ozzy Osbourne, leaving flowers and messages in tribute to his rock legacy. Please continue to watch for more details. Deutsche Welle reports a political storm brewing in the United States as House Speaker Mike Johnson abruptly sends Congress into an early summer recess, deliberately avoiding a bipartisan vote on releasing sensitive documents related to Jeffrey Epstein, the disgraced financier and convicted sex offender with ties to powerful figures, including former President Donald Trump. Johnson's decision to block the vote, citing partisan political motives, has ignited criticism from Democrats who accuse Republicans of dodging transparency and accountability, especially given Epstein's connections to influential elites. The controversy deepens amid ongoing investigations, such as the Justice Department's efforts to interview Ghislaine Maxwell, Epstein's associate, which Trump dismisses as a witch hunt, fueling public suspicion and political tensions as lawmakers await their return in September. Meanwhile, Deutsche Welle highlights the frantic efforts of NATO allies to bolster Ukraine's defenses amid escalating Russian drone and missile attacks. The United States, shifting policy under President Trump, pledges to resume supplying weapons to Ukraine, contingent upon European allies covering costs, with the Patriot air defense system at the center of this military aid. Countries like Germany, the UK, and Canada are scrambling to coordinate logistics for deploying these costly, complex systems, with Germany considering repurposing its existing stockpiles to expedite aid. The urgency is palpable as Kyiv faces mounting threats, yet logistical challenges and production delays threaten to slow the delivery of vital air defense capabilities, underscoring the high-stakes nature of the ongoing conflict. South China Morning Post details the contentious aftermath of Philippine President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s recent visit to the U.S., where he announced a modest tariff reduction from 20% to 19% on Philippine exports, alongside zero tariffs for American goods, a deal critics deride as a major insult. Despite Marcos's claims of a significant achievement, domestic voices, including opposition figures and trade experts, dismiss the agreement as lopsided and potentially illegal under international trade rules, citing the minimal tariff cut and the zero tariffs on U.S. imports as unfair and damaging to local industries. The deal, which also includes the removal of tariffs on U.S. cars, has sparked accusations of favoritism and concerns over the long-term economic impact, with critics warning that Philippine exporters may face increased competition from cheaper American products, ultimately questioning the true value of this diplomatic victory. According to South China Morning Post, the relationship between China and the European Union is at a critical juncture, necessitating a strategic rebalancing. Jens Eskeland, the president of the EU Chamber of Commerce in China, highlights that decades of mutual benefit, such as Chinese exports creating jobs and European consumers enjoying higher purchasing power, are now strained by perceptions of imbalance. European industries feel increasingly disadvantaged as China's aggressive export policies, including subsidized electric vehicles and restrictions on European firms' access to Chinese markets, threaten their competitiveness. The ongoing trade disputes, retaliatory tariffs, and geopolitical tensions, especially concerning the Russia-Ukraine conflict and Beijing's perceived closeness to Moscow, have further complicated efforts for cooperation. Eskeland emphasizes that core issues like market access restrictions, regulatory barriers, and the shift toward protectionist policies rooted in China's dual circulation strategy must be addressed to foster a more equitable relationship, especially as Europe seeks to diversify its supply chains and bolster industrial resilience amid a depreciating yuan and declining producer prices. From the Australian Broadcasting Corporation, the UK Supreme Court's decision to quash the convictions of former traders Tom Hayes and Carlo Palumbo for LIBOR rate rigging marks a significant milestone in financial justice. Their cases, which stemmed from the massive 2008 scandal involving the manipulation of the global benchmark interest rate, exemplify the deep flaws in the legal process that once sought to hold traders accountable for a widespread scheme that impacted trillions of dollars in financial contracts worldwide. The court found that errors in jury instructions rendered their convictions unsafe, paving the way for their names to be cleared and prompting a review of other related convictions. This ruling aligns the UK with the US, where similar convictions have been overturned, shedding light on the complexities of prosecuting financial misconduct. The LIBOR scandal not only resulted in billions in fines but also eroded trust in the financial system, leading to the phased abolition of LIBOR at the end of 2023. The court's decision underscores the importance of fair legal procedures in high-stakes financial cases and signals a potential re-evaluation of past convictions linked to the scandal. As reported by the Associated Press, the music world mourns the passing of Ozzy Osbourne, the legendary frontman of Black Sabbath, whose death at age 76 has sparked heartfelt tributes across the globe. Fans gathered at iconic sites like the Black Sabbath Bridge in Birmingham and Hollywood's Walk of Fame to honor his profound influence on rock music. Flowers, messages, and emotional photos depict a collective farewell to a musician whose pioneering sound defined generations. Osbourne's career, marked by groundbreaking albums and a rebellious spirit, cemented his status as a rock icon. The outpouring of grief reflects not only admiration for his musical legacy but also the deep connection he forged with millions of fans worldwide. His death signifies the end of an era for heavy metal and classic rock, inspiring tributes that celebrate his enduring contribution to music history. Deutsche Welle reports on an innovative development in personal safety technology that could revolutionize the way partygoers protect themselves from drink spiking. Researchers from South Korea have created a temporary, tattoo-like sticker embedded with a chemical indicator that reacts instantly to the presence of GHB, a notorious date rape drug. When exposed to a single droplet of a spiked drink, the sticker changes color from yellow to red, providing a discreet and rapid warning. This device, sensitive enough to detect minute quantities of GHB, aims to empower individuals to identify dangerous substances quickly and confidently, enhancing safety in nightlife environments. While previous detection methods were either slow or conspicuous, this new tattoo offers a subtle, easy-to-use solution. However, experts caution that further testing and development are needed before it can be widely available, and current limitations include customization for other drugs and potential false positives. Nonetheless, this innovation signifies a proactive step toward preventing drug-facilitated sexual assaults and fostering personal security, with a startup already working to bring the product to market. CNN details President Donald Trump's strategic moves in his trade war, highlighting how he has managed to turn a seemingly disadvantageous situation into a series of perceived victories. Despite global criticism and the economic risks associated with raising tariffs, especially amid high inflation, Trump's approach has been to set the bar so high for tariff pain that any outcome below that threshold appears as a win. For instance, after threatening Japan with a 25% tariff, a trade deal was announced with a reduced tariff rate of 15%, which market analysts view as a positive development, providing much-needed certainty for investors and businesses. Trump's tactics have included pausing tariffs, securing agreements with China that significantly lowered tariffs, and using threats and negotiations to open markets and boost U.S. exports. Although the long-term consequences remain uncertain and some trading partners are still facing higher tariffs, recent market rallies, improved consumer sentiment, and successful negotiations suggest that Trump's strategy has, for now, shifted the tide in his favor. Nonetheless, experts warn that the trade war is far from over, with potential for further escalation and economic repercussions on the horizon. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.